Here's the Taylor Swift's honest truth.
I'm Kendra. I'm a Survivor superfan and a woman. Join me every week of Survivor 47 to find out if this new season is a feminist masterpiece. One of my favorite podcasts is the Bechdel cast, hosted by Caitlin Durante and Jamie Loftus. Each week, they, and often a guest, discuss the representation of women and minorities in a given film. One factor they consider is the Bechdel-Wallace test. Does the film contain at least two named characters of a marginalized gender who exchange dialogue about something other than a man? I want to bring the same style of analysis to the realm of unscripted TV. Survivor has been on the air for 24 years, and it's changed with the times. The way the show has handled race and gender has been sometimes egregious and sometimes groundbreaking.
And I write Freya's name out, that's 3 black people in a row, okay? And Survivor isn't just about strategy, it's not. Survivor is also about bringing the social world big into a small thing. If I write Freya's name right now, that means that I'm a part of a perpetuating problem. So
it's like the same thing over and over again.
And again and again.
The 18 new castaways we'll meet when Survivor 47 airs on September 18th are guaranteed to be diverse. A passionate and persistent group of former players lobbied.
So the petition was brought together by a group of Black Survivor alums like myself, Jatia Hart-Taylor, Wendell Holland, Julia Carter, Sabrina Mitchell-Thomas, Jamal Shipman. And we really wanted to get change from Survivor and CBS for the lack of diversity and poor portrayal they've had on people of color.
CBS listened, and all Survivor casts are now at least 50% Black, Indigenous, and people of color. The castaways will hail from all across the US and Canada, and their ages and professions will vary. Survivor has also historically had even numbers of men and women. My understanding is that Survivor 47 has 8 women, 9 men, and 1 non-binary castaway. Having such a diverse cast is fantastic. The question now becomes which castaways will have their stories told. What does storytelling mean in a reality TV context? These two duos have a lot in common. Kenzie and Erica, one survivor, Tiffany and Heather were their closest allies. But where Kenzie was a main character throughout her season, Erica was hardly on screen until the hourglass twist. Tiffany had 49 confessionals, Heather only had 13. Tiffany was a three-dimensional character. Heather was reduced to an archetype, just the mom.
When did you first start watching Survivor?
20 years ago.
So you're day one.
Day one.
Right.
This is routine for me. This has been a habit. I started watching 20 years ago with my boyfriend, who is now my husband, and now we watch it with our children. So this has been a tradition in my family, or creating a family with you.
Some of the discrepancy can be explained by the fact that Kenzie and Tiffany were on a losing tribe in the pre-merge, and Erica and Heather were on a winning tribe. Some more can be explained by the fact that Season 46 had longer episodes than Season 41. None of the discrepancy is the fault of Erica and Heather themselves. Listen to this podcast episode and you will learn that they're both fascinating women, and we viewers were robbed when we didn't get to know them. Heather rescues possums! My greatest wish for Survivor 47 is that the female and non-binary castaways receive an edit proportionate to their placement in the game. None of them get purpled, and none of them are simplified to a stereotype. I will be scoring every episode of Survivor 47 out of 3, according to a variation of the Bechdel test that I'll call, with apologies, the Bechdel test. Most similar to the Bechdel test, the episode will receive 1 point if there is a conversation between 2 women, or between a woman and the non-binary castaway, that is about something other than a man. Something as simple as, I'm so hungry, I wish I had a burger right now. Nah, I wish I had some pizza. I want to see female friendships and alliances presented as positively as male friendships and alliances.
Guys being dudes.
For the second point, the episode must feature a strategic conversation between 2 women, or between a woman and the non-binary castaway. That conversation can be about a man. They could be discussing voting him out, but the conversants need to be active in formulating the plan. The viewers at home need to understand their motivation. For the final point, the episode must feature a substantive confessional by a woman or non-binary castaway in which they articulate their approach to the game.
How are you going to do it? I'm going to build personal emotional connections. Bing, 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 bing.
What I'm not very interested in seeing is most of a woman's confessionals being about a man.
They only played Survivor for 12 hours, not a big deal. He makes all these random little faces and gestures. Every time he talks to us, he calls us kids. But I was in the Navy SEALs, and this is how we did it.
Honestly, I'm pretty optimistic. I think the Survivor production team is increasingly committed to telling the stories of their diverse castaways in a responsible way. I think we may well see every episode of 47 score 3 out of 3 on the Bechdel test. I'm going to do one other thing in this video series, and it's scary. I'm going to interrogate my own internalized misogyny and the potentially problematic ways I watch my favorite show. Preparing for this project, it occurred to me how much I root for charming men.
Am I what goes awry?
And relatably weird women.
It's like, hey, like, look at you. You're someone who's weird, who didn't have to change themselves to succeed. And, like, maybe there's someone who's watching this that needs that.
Who I never root for is the Dees, the Tiffs, and the Kelly Nalbandians of the world. The gorgeous, cool girls I find intimidating. That's the patriarchy in my head pitting women against women. For season 47, I won't just be watching Survivor, I'll be watching myself watching Survivor. I want to become more critical toward the edit, but more compassionate toward the players. Subscribe and take this journey with me.
Here's the Taylor Swift honest truth.